Namaste, welcome all. After 2 weeks of gap, I'm back. Yes, I was down with viral and so I couldn't do any recording. Now I'm back on track. And today I'm going to introduce you to a very interesting person. And let me just give you a little bit of background about how I know him. Uh, 6 years ago, when I was really contemplating and I was deciding to move into sustainability life, I started watching reels and videos and content on the internet. I stumbled upon this great man's reels and some FB posts, which really inspired me. It inspired me to such an extent that I threw away all the plastic glasses in my house. I stopped using them. I stopped using straws. We go have cool drinks, we go for tender coconut or juice shops. I stopped using straws from then. And I somehow was wondering how did I this person's face seems to be familiar to me. How do I know him, what it is? Then I realized we need to go 3 decades back. Okay, don't consider us as old people. So 3 decades back, when I just joined engineering, on the third day or fourth day of my joining, about three or four guys come cash hold of me. This girl is innocent. We can rag her and we can have fun. He is one among them. And the others are trying to break me and make me cry. But he's the first guy who identified and said, she's going to kill us with her smile. She's not going to answer anything. She's not going to do it. Let's not waste our time. He welcomed me, wished me all the best, and said, you'll have a very great future. He blessed me also, like my real good senior. And he's none other than the very famous EATRAJA CEO Anand Raj. He's also known as Andy. Now, Andy, whatever I knew a little bit from our past, but nobody knows I've shared. So now I request you to introduce yourself so that everybody know who you are.
Thank you so much for that awesome introduction, which I really have to. I'm like, oh my God, why did I rag this girl? But anyways, but these are sweet memories of college, and I'm really thankful to my college for having groomed us in the way it has groomed us, and in future we could all be better, responsible citizens. And I feel very happy about having studied at the BMS College of Engineering. In fact, all of my sustainability work, everything started right from there. A quick introduction about myself. My name is Raja, and I'm the founder of EATRAJA. I was working as a radio jockey with three different radio stations. I started my career with Radio Mirchi, then went on to join Red FM Hindi, then Nam Radio Kannada. So after that, my journey into EATRAJA as a sustainable juice brand started after my father passed away. How it happened? My father used to already run a juice bar for about 40 years. Just that after he passed away, there was nobody else to take care of it. Since I was always aligned towards sustainability, I said if I'm doing something, it has to be completely zero waste or sustainable. And thus was born on March 27th, 2018, Eat Raja, India's first zero waste juice bar.
Wow, wow, wow. That's amazing. So, Andy, do you know it is 2018 is when I made a strong decision that I'm going to move into the line of sustainability from being HR. And that's when I stumbled upon your reels. You were starting to make your reels. Wow, what a nice coincidence. Great, great. Thank you so much, Andy, for being on the show and for coming on such a short notice. I really appreciate it and I look forward for a great, enlightening, inspiring discussion today. So to begin with, Andy, I just want to know what was the turning point that made you think you have to start sustainability? I know college has taught us a lot, we learn through our life, but there is one trigger point which would have made you say that I need to take this seriously. What was that point?
Yeah, so like you rightly said, since we were all studying at BMS College, I thank my mountaineering club, which got me introduced to anything that is eco-friendly and being closer to nature. So we were never taught to throw things anywhere in nature, nor even encourage the use of single-use disposables right from the beginning of my college. So it was somehow, I was always cultured into being very eco-friendly, reduction of things, consumption basically. But these fancy words like sustainability or zero waste was unheard of. In fact,
Right.
I didn't even know about zero waste word until 2018 when my friend Rakesh Harigovinda introduced me. And he said, there's something called a zero waste. Would you want to do something? And Khali Bottle, another organization run by Naveen. So these are the two guys who inspired me and who got me introduced to the word zero waste. So
Wow.
my father's shop in Malleshwaram was already like 4 decades old, and it had a good patronage. A lot of people used to come, but my father used to use a lot of paper, plastic, all of these things, which was completely against my principles. So when my father passed away, I had to take over the shop and run it. Since I was from a totally different background, I had no clue how to run this. But the sight of so much of garbage piled every day in front of my shop made me like, okay, I am not going to be doing this because I don't want to. I mean, I always thought that, as engineers, we are trained to be part of solution and not a polluting person. So we were, I mean, science is to know, to innovate, and thanks to all my college lecturers, seniors, who are always, kept us in that cubicle of we have to do something big. We are all from BMS. We have to show the world. We are the, torch bearers of many things. So I was always in my mind, I said like, okay, if at all we have to do something, we have to do something out of the box, innovative stuff and things there. Those were the days when I was a radio jockey and I used to interview people who are working on sustainability. One of the people whom I met was my own Malleshwaram mate, Vani Murthy. She's very
Yes.
famous as Worm Rani, and
Yes.
she is my inspiration. So I used to interview them to find out what they're doing. And that's when I said, okay, if at all I'm going to do my juice bar, it has to be zero waste. So I straight away went to Vani Murthy ma'am, and Meenakshi Bharat had already done her son's wedding completely zero waste set standards. I said, like, I already have people who I need to reach out to. So I just asked them, how do I make my juice bar zero waste? And they said only one simple thing is like, just say no. Just say no to anything that generates garbage. And that is when I took a call. I said, okay, I'm going to say no to everything that is going to generate waste from my side. So, like, how I say, nip it in the bud. So if we are able to waste, why even generate it? So I took down took book and wrote down things which are all the ones that generate juice, straw. Okay, all of this banned now. So that was a triggering point. It was also like a challenge because no juice bar or no F&B had banned giving tissues. Can you imagine anybody saying they'll actually load you with tissues? So they
Right.
say like they give you a bundle of tissues and say use it. But we went with tissue kottilla, kododu illa. So we'll never give tissues is what we pledged to ourselves, and thank God it's 6.5 years. Not a single day, and I put that in bold, not a single day have we ever given tissues to our customers, nor have we used paper, plastic, any single-use disposable that harms environment. So I'm so happy and so proud that although we are like a very small street side, roadside juice bar, we have been able to garner a lot of appreciation, attention, and a lot of people look at us as the change, beacon of change. So I feel very, very happy.
Awesome. Awesome. That's so inspiring. I mean, see, from being a radio jockey to going back to juice shop, which you maybe have
Yeah.
basic idea, but when it comes to handling as business, there will be a lot of volcanoes erupting in the tummy. And
I had zero knowledge, zero experience. I had actually no clue how to run a juice bar or to even handle business because the earlier profession that I was in was a radio jockey. All that I used to do was just play songs and enjoy the admiration of people, being a people's favorite, being, a mini celebrity kind of a thing. But here it wasn't the case. So I had to
I,
go wash utensils, clean the shop, manage waste, talk to people, convince them, fight with them that I
I
wouldn't give
know.
this. So it was not at all an easy thing. So yeah, I feel very happy that I had already decided that my shop has to be an example for so many people because I was very I was very true to myself as to what we were doing, and I was very determined that it has to be like this only. There's no other way. I mean, if you ask me now or even 6 years ago, we had decided no, we are not going to give any single-use disposable. We continue to do that even now, and to have sustained this, I think you need to be very, very determined. And thanks to all those people who inspired me.
Awesome, awesome. And then you were talking about the challenges, right? This challenge of not using tissue papers, like I've seen your reels where you have gone ahead and encouraged, do you have handkerchief? If you have handkerchief, today's juice is on the house. It's going to be absolutely as a gift for you. I've seen you using that electric cycle for making
Yeah,
juice. So these are some of the innovative
yeah.
things that you've come, which today we have seen the fruit. But how did you face all those challenges? What kind of challenges did you face to begin with?
So, Kalyani, it was very difficult because, like I said, I myself had declared that, EATRAJA, India's first zero. What that mean? And why would a juice bar be called zero waste juice bar? So, what is going to happen? So, people had no clue. So, it was upon me, one, to explain to them as to what a zero waste juice bar is and why is it very important to adhere to our policies and have a juice by paying money. So, we had a shop in Malaysia where people pay through their nose, and they're like not going to accept. And also, it's a very intelligent crowd that comes there. They're not going to just accept whatever you are saying, and they'll question you a lot. So it became an extra responsibility that I had to stand there every day to tell them why we are not giving away parcel. Why? I mean, for 30, 40 years you've given. So what's the big deal? You can give it even now, right? How does it make? I mean, it's just one small. We're not the EATRAJA that we are now. It
Right.
was just another juice shop, and they were like, what the hell, man? I mean, you're not going to survive. You're not going to get business the way how you're doing. You're disrespecting a customer. You're not giving them what they want. There, I was a little arrogant in the beginning because I had this air that I was a radio jockey and now see what I'm going to do, new age entrepreneur and all that. But then I had to bite the dust very shortly once, the crowd that coming to my shop plummeted. But then I realized it's important to educate people and you have to tell them why we are doing what we are doing. So it took me some time. Also, I had to fight with my own self because I had this aura of, oh, I am the radio jockey, a very popular guy. I've brushed my shoulders with Rahman, Alia Bhatt, all the big wigs of the industry. So I'm here in Malleshwaram. I'm selling you zero waste fancy juices. Buy them. It was not going to work. So it took a
Right.
little bit of time to tell them. See, if you're using plastic, this is what is going to happen. So it's just going to be a waste. And how difficult is it for you to drink without a straw? Come on, let's
Right.
just come to it. Let's do it. You are a zero hero. Yes, you can do it. So these are some of the words that I started using. It took me almost like a year and a half to actually become
Wow.
the kind of a person who they will look up to, saying, okay, this guy is doing a good job. So it was
Awesome.
very difficult in the beginning. Not many people were comfortable when I served watermelon juice inside the watermelon shell. It looked very funny because my shop is on the main road. It's very close to the bus stop. And they were like socially very conscious, like, oh, what if somebody sees me drinking from a watermelon shell? Wouldn't people laugh at me? So all the social stigma was there. But I
Yes.
made it look fancy. I took the help of Instagram. I started posting cool pictures. And thanks to my radio jockeying skills, I could add flowery languages. And I had a few of my friends who used to come and make some videos for me and post it. And that really worked for us.
Awesome. 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 That's wonderful. I mean, like I said in the beginning of our discussion, you inspired me, and I said no to plastic at my home for straws, for glasses. That's amazing. I'm sure when you started in your shop, there were several steps that you had to take initially, like innovatively come up with the ideas and then go about serving people. And there are people who are very stubborn and hell-bent saying, I am going to buy the juice in your shop, but you are going to serve me in a container and you are not going to give me this. How did you handle all such stuff?
So the immediate switch to drinking without straws was not happening easily at all. So I had to
Right.
find a mid path to it. So I mean, imagine, so 30, 40 years, somebody was used to drinking straws, I mean, juices with straw, and all of a sudden you come and put the new rule. It is like Notbandi. Okay, now it's not there. You have to manage your life like this. It was very difficult. Slowly, customers stopped coming to my shop. And I mean, I had to find alternatives. So I started looking at what else is sustainable, what else can I do that I can also help them have it with straw and yet not generate waste. So I started introducing steel straws, bamboo straws. Later on, I kept on doing rice-based straws. Then innovation started coming into the picture. So many people were doing so many crazy things. We joined hands with them. We co-piloted many projects. So this was the genesis of so many new things. You know, the entire zero waste culture started around that time, and I'm happy that I was, you know, a part of all of these things. And even to till date, we work with many of the brands that gave us support that time and even now supporting us. So initially, definitely, it's a romance world there. You're alone, need some support. So like-minded people came on board, like together, like we formed, and now it's a bigger group, bigger army, and now it's going to be a bigger nation of zero waste people.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. For those of you who are watching this show right now and you want to know more about Andy and what he's doing in EATRAJA, and not only that, people have to know that he goes and educates all the youth in colleges. He goes and gives seminars across the world, encourages entrepreneurship, like what he is doing. He's encouraging people. Way back 20 years ago, if you would have told that I'm getting into the line and having a juice bar, people would have laughed at you. But today, the way he set himself as an example and the way he's doing so much in the field of sustainability, he's really inspiring, thoroughly inspiring, and I think you have to reach out to him. Please find all his details down. Please feel free to reach out to him. If you cannot get in touch with him directly, reach out to me. I will connect you to him, and I'm sure he's really helpful. I'm not saying this just because I'm talking to him on the show, because I'm saying it as his junior. When I said 30 years back, he helped me, he will help you even to this day. I know him. That's why I'm saying with great conviction. And another reason is we are both from same college and it's there in our genes. We have to help people. We are taught, we were raised to be that way. So amazing.
Yes.
So Andy, what are your future plans now that I've seen that you have just not gone ahead and adopted to this zero waste juice bar, but you have even started making stuff related to things like soap and other byproducts of your juice bar. What are your future plans? Because there is immense around only that.
True. Kalyani, you know that I did my medical electronics engineering at BMS College. So it was like a tradition that, once you finish your engineering, you take up your GRE, then you go abroad, you take up a nice software job, and many
Right.
of them have not returned there and things like that. So I probably broke the norm there. I couldn't give my GRE. I wasn't really that great at studies also at that time. Then many people started telling, oh, you wasted your engineering. So 4 years of engineering, you wasted it and I don't know what you're going to do and things like that. So earlier they said I wasted my engineering, but now I proudly say I do waste engineering. So what I do right now is work with waste, make sure that waste is not generated. And even if the waste is generated, what are you going to do with that? So waste to wealth, work wealth from waste. These are the
Right.
areas that we are working. So first we look at how we can reduce waste, and with whatever waste is there, what do we do with that? So I had to do waste engineering. So we engineered all the orange peels into making bioenzymes, and we started selling it and making money. Then we have coconut shells that we use. We make candles out of them. Somebody is making tooth powder, toothpaste. So many crazy things are happening around, waste. Just so if you look at it as waste, it is waste. But if you look at it as a resource, then definitely, we can make a lot of money. And now I feel we have progressed a bit. 6 years ago, we were trying to fight with common individuals, trying to narrate them as to how waste is going to harm us. And now people are a little more aware, and sustainability, decarbonization, which is also the topic that you have been talking about, is a big thing now. Most corporates have already realized it, and it's a part of every college, every corporate's agenda as well. They have to cater to certain things. We make it as a platform. Go to schools, colleges, tell them how each one can go zero waste. In fact, the cycle mixie that you saw, that is a carbon neutral mixer. So, every juice bar need to run mixie, which means electricity is used. And I am a product of BMS College. So I said, like, I have to do something that shows my engineering skills as well. We said, why don't we make a mixie that doesn't require electricity, which means that lesser carbon footprint. So that is how that also started. So we try to decarbonize even our shop as well. Going forward, we said, like, okay, we will buy directly from farmers, and we started helping farmers. We even till date, a lot of farmers are working with us. So it's become multifolded now. Now I feel we finished it in Bangalore and we spread it across many other cities in Karnataka. We took it to Mysore, Hubli, Tumkur, many places. And now I feel that, outside of India, it's got a lot of value, and we want to definitely spread overseas. So we are looking at, joining hands with partners who would be interested in making this zero waste a reality. And we are looking at future cities. When I attended a few conferences abroad, we're all talking about not just cities, about future cities. 50 years later, how the city is going to look like. So for that, we are all working towards. We need to make it carbon neutral. We need to make it sustainable. We need to make it livable for the next generation. Thankfully, you and I have seen a lot of trees grown up amidst a lot of greenery, water, which might be matter of unrealistic world maybe 50 years from now. So we don't know how it's going to be. So it's on us to save it, protect it, and pass it on to the next generation.
Very true, very true, very true. Well, Andy, I really like what you said, that your plans for training and establishing in other city. I was referring to one of our former speakers that they have the program for women in Uttarakhand, and they are encouraging these women who have been housewives to get into business, and they are helping. I said I'll connect you to Andy, and he will help all those women learn how to use their organic production in the field for juice. And those places being really hot, I think it's going to be a win-win situation. And definitely, please include me in any kind of support that I can give for your project. Please don't refrain from reaching out to me. Please reach out, and we are here. So, moving on to my next question, Andy. With the plans that you have and all that you're doing, what is the message that you want to give for all the viewers? And what do you think that each one watching this show, or who will watch in the later point of time, can do? One, two, three things to begin with, to begin their journey to sustainability and eventually reach to decarbonization.
For me, it's not any big rocket science. You don't need me or somebody else to be telling how you should be living your life peacefully, sustainably. It's just that you take a call on what you're going to do. Before, this is my message to anybody who wants to start off being zero waste. Okay, say for example, you're going out somewhere. Okay, you want to buy something. If somebody is giving it to you in a disposable container, you can just say, okay, I don't want it in disposable, give it to me in a glass or a reusable container. It starts from there. And whenever you have to go, when you obviously, today you have to drink water, you have to travel somewhere. A lot of people quickly go for the nearest bottle like this. And I would say that it's a choice. You can carry your own bottle, and the sustainability thing starts right from there. It's a choice that you make. I'm okay with carrying my home bottle and my home water. I don't need to buy fancily packaged water that generates plastic. That's why in my shop, we stopped selling water bottles. We used to make a lot of revenue. We would never ever even encourage that. So you need to just make a choice for yourself. So instead of tissues, you carry your own handkerchief. That's it. Simple things you do.
Right.
Just say no to anything that you feel is going to generate waste because of the actions that you are doing. So you can
Wow.
choose from a simple thing of going and having coffee. Instead of him serving it in a paper cup, you can say, okay, I don't need a paper cup, give it to me in a glass cup or a steel cup. So there you go, you reduce one small cup. Imagine if 8 lakh listeners of yours and mine do that, 8 lakh cups saved. So that is
Yes.
what the impact is going to be. Somewhere it
Yes.
has to start, and it should start with us saying no to simple things, not like big things at least. To start off, say so, carry your own water bottle, at least your handkerchief, because the tissue mess is a big mess. Okay, you use that tissue and you throw it, but who's going to clear that? Somebody, some human being is going to lift it, pick it, right? It's all so dirty. Even why would you want to generate waste and make another person's life miserable? So you can carry your own handkerchief, because we were brought up by our great grannies. They were teaching us to carry our own handkerchief, our tiffin
Right.
boxes. Let's just go back and practice the same. No yarn needed by any big so-called entrepreneur about how your life should be zero waste. Look back, your Ajji, Tata, grandmother, grandpa, they were all doing the same. We need to just follow that.
Awesome. 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 Anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to talk about what you do? As in, what are your plans? Where you would require people to reach out to you? Or you say, this is the opportunity you reach out to me. Please go ahead and let us know about that.
Definitely, since Kalyani, you've been working with a lot of organizations, you're supporting, helping a lot of people to, put things together. And since we all work on the same wavelength, EATRAJA would definitely want to work with anybody who wants to work for the better future, for the environment, for the animals. So they can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to partner. We've already partnered with 3 women in Hubli. They're running our EATRAJA outlet in Hubli. So similar to that, they have absolutely no idea what zero waste is, nor have they even knowledge of zero waste, but still
Wow.
they liked it. So we said, okay, we'll onboard them, start doing that. So it requires a little bit of corporate push as well, because see, some of them coming from meager background where the earnings are meager, can't really visualize the importance of sustainability. For them, it's a matter of, are we going to have 3 square meals a day? It's very important that we need to
Right.
bridge that gap. So corporates like us, educated people like us, should come down and help them around, be of a support system. So whoever is capable of supporting people, individuals, like how you've been doing, I would encourage more and more people, corporates, to support them in doing what we are doing. Like how my shop, if I just put up my shop, it doesn't work. People are coming and consuming, they're supporting me. And that is how we could grow a bit. So it's
Right.
important everybody has to join together to do.
Awesome, awesome. It's so inspiring and thoroughly encouraging, Andy. I'm just seeing time. It's already 30 minutes since we started our discussion, and I don't feel that it's amazing. Thank you so much, Andy. So, to again, all our viewers, you're looking out for learning how Andy started his journey. You want to go about starting something like that. You want to go about partnering with Andy. You say, I have a farm, this many fruits are there, all are organic or whatever. You have people who are there to support his business. Please reach out. And if you're from a corporate environment, you have a lot of contacts, you want to have a juice bar in your office, please reach out to Andy. He'll be more than happy because he has a chain that is he's been handling in Bangalore. He's open, like he already mentioned, he's open to having this in different cities and outside India. And those people who are watching me from abroad, this is a business opportunity. You don't know how to do it, reach out to me. I'll guide you and connect you to Andy, and you can do it together. So thank you so much, Andy. Thank you for your time. Thank you for inspiring us again. And thank you for the great work that you're doing. God bless you super richly. And have a great
Thank
life ahead. And have a great super duper journey in your journey to sustainability.
Thank you so much, Kalyani. Thanks for the opportunity for me being able to talk to many of your audiences, and maybe in future we could join hands with them. I'll be more than happy. Thanks for the opportunity. Keep rocking.
Thank you.
To all who are watching us, Journey to Decarbonizations We Learn From You is a talk show presented by Intelliace Solutions Private Limited. In this talk show, we meet with our esteemed guests and we learn from them how they began their journey towards sustainability or decarbonization. What have they learned in the process? What are the challenges they have faced? What kind of products and services they offer through their work, and also what kind of learnings we can get from them, and how we can collaborate or synergize with them and create a better tomorrow. This show is available on our YouTube channel and on our social media channels, that is Facebook and LinkedIn. Anybody who is interested in being a part of this show, please reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to have you as a part of the discussion and learn from you through your journey to decarbonizations, through your journey to sustainability. Thank you, one and all, for watching us and encouraging us.